Hello, everybody. To officially kick off, it's amazing to see the group of you again. We've worked in the beginning of the year together, and it's amazing that you have the opportunity to experience our biggest event this year. So, firstly, I wanted to say welcome and a thank you to AfriSam for this opportunity. You guys have walked a path with us, and I hope through that path that you've seen some fruitfulness in your business, whether it be one way or the other. But now this is where it all comes together. This event will give you an opportunity to take what you have learned in the last while or the last couple of months and put it into practice when it comes to promoting and exposing your business. So before I get into the presentation, I wanted to ask if Tasneem or Zunaid from AfriSam would like to just say something just to kick us off for this quick presentation.
Thank you. I think, Zunaid, you can take the floor.
Right, Tasneem. Yeah, I think maybe just from my side also, Paulina, I just want to firstly thank you for putting this together for us. And then to obviously our suppliers, welcome. And thank you for once again showing interest to participate in this. I think it is in line with what we set out to do in the beginning with the supply development program and the journey that we've embarked on since last year. So like Paulina's mentioned now, this is where it all comes together as well. And I just want to emphasize, the purpose and the reason for this. It's all about us, giving you the opportunity to grow and to expand and to meet possible new customers. And it's the whole access to market part of this program that we have. And this is really an opportunity for you to go out there and showcase your business, and with the intention of obviously getting meeting new potential customers, and then ultimately, getting new business from these potential customers that you would meet in this at the Indaba. So from our side, yeah, I think again, it's up to you and how far you want to take this, and how you make this your own, and how you then let this go from just meeting potential customers to ultimately signing contracts, whether it's short-term or long-term contracts with new customers. So yeah, once again from my side, also thank you for participating in our program. And like I said, in line with what we set out to do, it's not just about us handing you over to Smart Procurement World and they running with it for us. It's still about us being part of this journey with you. Means myself and Tasneem being in the session, and we will also be joining you obviously at the Indaba for those 2 days as well. So that's all from my side, Paulina. I don't know if Tasneem wants to add anything.
Nothing much, but I just want to show gratitude to everybody that has joined. It's very heartwarming to see that just by your attendance on this platform alone gives me like a pat on the back that we are doing what is right for our SMMEs. And thank you for taking the time out. That's all on my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I believe that you guys hit the nail on the head. You have an amazing group of suppliers that's part of this, and I believe each one of you will benefit greatly from this event, because your passion for your own businesses is what sparks opportunities. The way that you talk about your business and engage with people is where the opportunities come. And I believe you are an amazing group of people. I've worked with you for a couple of months, and I can't wait to see and hear your success stories from what happens from this event. So to not hold you up any longer, I'm going to go through this presentation quickly just to make sure you know what to expect and how the event is going to work. You know by now who Smart Procurement is, so I'm not going to go through that history again. But some important things I want you to remember is that in the email that I originally sent, there is an online agreement. It is just to confirm that you are accepting the sponsorship from AfriSam to participate at the event. And so I need that submitted, please. I have gone through some of your documentations. I believe some of you have already received communication from me to confirm things like your logo. If I haven't reached out to you, don't worry, that means that there's no issues. Some things that we pick up is if it pixelates, if the logo pixelates, or if it's sometimes a email signature is submitted instead of a logo, and we want to put your company on its best foot forward. So if we feel that maybe it's not up to our standards, then we just reach out and ask, do you have an alternative? And if you don't, we make it work. So don't feel that you need to go and spend additional money to have something designed for you. You can, there's a lot of, also if you don't have a logo, for whatever reason, there's a lot of free AI apps that you're able to download, but I believe I've reached out to everybody that I've needed to, so there's no need for concern. So your priority is by tomorrow to please complete the online agreement. Then next week, the 28th, we have an exhibitor briefing session. So what I'm explaining to you now is, maybe we can call it high-level information, because there's a lot of detail that is explained in the exhibitor briefing. And it's a platform that we have our ops team available and those people that are the stand builders that make the exhibition stands. So that's the right platform to ask questions that I may be unable to answer. However, I will go into as much detail as possible now, and I will answer any of your questions. So if at any point you have a question, you're welcome to put it in the chat box. And, you know, if I see it and I'm able to answer it, that's fine. Otherwise, at the end of the session, I'll definitely double check everything and make sure you have an opportunity to ask all the questions that you have. So the exhibitor briefing is really an in-depth session. It does last for the full hour, and we go into little details about health and safety protocols. You know, sheesh, I just did the session 2 weeks ago. Yeah, there's a lot of detail. We go through the exhibitor manual. So it's about 20 odd slides. So it is quite in depth about all the elements regarding the exhibition. But as I said, I'll give you quite a lot of information now. Okay, so that's about that session. The 30th of August is the deadline to submit your stand representatives. I'll explain to you how that works, and I'm going to show you some screenshots of what it looks like. Then please diarize this date, the 9th of September. That is the date you need to come through to Gallagher to set up your stand. So we like to have our exhibition hall ready and done the day before the conference, so that there's, you know, so there's a professional atmosphere at the moment you walk in, and that it's a good experience for everybody participating. So on the 9th, you need to dress your stand. Please communicate with me if you have any problems coming through on that day. But we really, really urge you to try your best to make it. I'll give you, there is times in here so that you can know between what times you can come through to the venue. But we are there until 9 o'clock that night. So there's a lot of flexibility. And then the 10th and the 11th are the dates of the event itself. So this is what the program looks like. So from between 2 and 8, it's actually until 6. I'm sorry, I need to fix that before I send it to you. From 2 until 6, you can collect your name badge and dress your stand. But we say until 6 o'clock because the company that does the registrations leaves at 6. So if you can only come after 6 o'clock, then you can come and just dress your stand. And then on Tuesday morning, you come early and you do the registration. I just want to make sure that you can hear me clearly, because for some reason it looks like I am cutting or huckling a little bit. Okay, thank you, Tasneem. My picture looked a little bit blurry. I was just worried. Okay, on the 10th of September, this is a closed event. So that means that outside visitors don't come into the premises to view the exhibition. This is only where participants of the event takes place. Now, remember, at this event, there's 2 events. The first event that you're participating in is the APS ESD Expo and Conference. The second event is the Smart Procurement World in Durban. Now, the Smart Procurement World in Durban is a conference focused on procurement professionals and supply chain management. And, you know, we're looking at roughly 800 participants from that industry that participate in, for the 2 days. Then at the APSA ESD Expo, we're looking at a target of 300 SMME companies to exhibit. And then there's additional, let's say, call it 100 delegates that just attend and do not exhibit. So you're looking at a roughly 1,000 odd, maybe a little bit more, participants that's attending between the 2 conferences. And on day 1, the opportunity is for you to participate on the on-floor events. So the focus is not so much on your exhibition stand. However, there's opportunity for fellow SMMEs to engage at exhibition stands. but we don't want you to feel that you miss out on any opportunities. So our program is designed in a way where you can participate in the on-floor and not miss out on anything. So the first thing that happens is supplier matchup. I believe you understand what that is about, but I will just go through it briefly again. So we have that from 9 until 12, and then we have a lunch break. And then from 1 until 4, we have our Smart Supplier Conference. Now, we are very excited about this conference. We have 2 panels that have industry experts on them. I'm going to give you a little bit of information, but we will share a full program with you. So the one panel is called the Jack of All Trades and Master of None. You might have seen an invitation to participate in our July City of Cape Town Smart Supplier Conference, where we trialed the theme of the panel, and it was really successful. So we are doing this one in person. It's different people that are participating, and we really think it's vital for the SMME community to hear from the professionals on the and people with really a lot of experience in the SMME world of when do you specialize and when do you diversify. So that's the one panel, and then we have what we call a corporate fireside chat, and ultimately we will have corporates that are from various industries that can share experience on what are the common hurdles that SMMEs face when doing business with their companies. So what are things that you as SMMEs what are you able to do to overcome those hurdles to better position your business to engage in a business relationship with them? So we're very excited about that, and we've got a great lineup of panelists that will be there. And then after the conference, you go into the ABSA sponsored cocktail function. That is a networking opportunity. This is where both conferences get together, and it is hosted in the ESD hall where you will be exhibiting. So it's in your space, and the corporates that participate have an opportunity then to walk around the hall, but you have an opportunity in a relaxed environment to engage with the corporate. So, look for the name badges, see who you want to engage with, and take advantage of that, in the opportunities that you have. So that's the end of day one. The cocktail function is not compulsory. It's your choice, but it's a really great networking opportunity in a different environment. There's going to be a lot of entertainment. I believe Heineken is going to be there. They have a bar. So it's going to be quite a lot of fun. We're very excited. On day 2 is our open day. Now, this is very exciting because this is where we are inviting anybody from outside to participate and support the exhibition. So we will share a link with you as well in the email following this call or this session, where you get a link to invite visitors. And you can invite your business network. Even if you want to invite family and friends to come and support your stand, you're free to do so. You just share the link with them. I'll also share an official invitation with you that you can forward onto them, where they can click in there and just complete a short registration form, and then they can attend. It's free of charge on the visitor day. And all that is they get access to the venue, and they can walk around and explore the exhibition area. They can also participate. We have a full day supplier matchup taking place. We have Knowledge Hub master classes taking place, and then at 5 o'clock we finish, and you can break down or dress down your stand, and then you can depart. Now, what I wanted to tell you about Supply Matchup is that our target and focus is to have the same companies on the Tuesday and the Wednesday, so that you as businesses can focus on your exhibition stand on Wednesday and not feel the pressure to have someone at Supply Matchup. Where there are companies that are not able to attend the Tuesday and only the Wednesday, we notify you. We give you the lineup of companies, and then you can decide between your 2 stand representatives who will then go there at the Supply Matchup time session, because we've broken it up into 2-hour industry-focused sessions to help you as businesses to better plan ahead. And potentially then you can have someone based at your stand, and then someone that can go and engage at Supply Matchup. There's also Knowledge Hub masterclasses. Now, these are 30-minute masterclasses that take place the entire day. There are breaks in between, but there's masterclasses. There's also buyer presentations. Gauteng Provincial Treasury is doing a presentation on how, how CSD registration works. And we're trying to fill all those slots with really vital information and masterclasses, but they are targeted at the visitors. So some of it you might have already been exposed to by participating in the SMME Clinic masterclasses, because some of the speakers will come from there. But as I mentioned about supplier matchup, we do share the program with you in the lineup of the topics for the sessions, and they are 30 minutes long. So if you feel that this, there's one session that you really feel you want to attend, then you have, you go and attend the 30-minute session, and, your second stand rep can then stand at the stand and man it while you are not there. It's as easy as that, and you can make the decision as to what you think is best for your business. All right, and then they just say by midnight, everything has to be cleared, including the structure of the stands. So, obviously we won't break down anything with your items in it. That's a given. But at 5 o'clock, then you can clear everything and depart. We have a program. I know, okay, actually the timing on Knowledge Hub changed yesterday. I'm a bit slow with updating the presentation, but I'll fix it. We have new things, and I will go into a little bit more detail at the exhibitor briefing, but we are now this year having exhibitor awards. And these awards are taking place at 4 o'clock on Wednesday, because we really want to help all exhibitors by encouraging you to be there until the very end, where you then have an opportunity to win a prize. Now, the prizes are focused on how the engagements happen at your stand. It's got nothing to do about the look of your stand, because we understand as small businesses, you don't always have the capital to go and spend on extra marketing materials. We know it's always nice, but the focus of the exhibition is how, or the award is how people, when they leave your stand, how do they rate the engagement? How did they say the experience was when talking to you? So that's quite exciting. And then there's also a pavilion award for the pavilion that had the most encouraging engagements, and that we received great feedback from participants that went and engaged with you. So I'll explain what the pavilion means, don't worry. But you as AfriSam's cohort will be part of an AfriSam pavilion, but I'll go into more detail shortly. So this is the program, but we will share more detailed one with you. I believe our email is being issued on the 2nd of September, 1 week before the event, and then you'll have a full insight and you'll have an opportunity to plan. Okay, so I wanted just to show you what it looks like when you register your stand representatives. So I will go on the event website and I go and load all your businesses to say that you are being sponsored by AfriSam to exhibit. You will then receive an email. It will say your SMME is being sponsored, and it will just have a little spiel, and then it will have a line that says, here, step 2. Please click here to register your 2 stand representatives that will attend the event. Now, when you receive the confirmation email, it will reference potentially you as the business owner, and that means because you are the main contact, but that does not mean that you have been registered as a stand representative. It just means you are the contact person for the company. You then need to go and register 2 stand representatives. So when you click on here, it will open up a website page, and you then go and fill in information for stand rep number 1 and stand rep number 2. Now, when it says here, select an employee, sometimes that is sort of to preload if someone is already loaded on the website. You as a business owner, if you are taking up slot number 1 for stand representative, then your details could potentially be there, and you can click on that and it will populate the information that I have loaded. So what might not be there is just dietary requirements that you then slot in yourself. But stand rep number 2, details will most likely not be on the system. So do not be alarmed if when you click there and you put your your employees' details there and it doesn't pick it up. All you do is you manually fill it in. So just as a heads up, we got a couple of questions about that, but it is really easy to use. And if you only have one person coming through, that's also okay. You only fill in information for stand rep number 1 and click submit. However, we do urge you to understand that especially on day 2, there is a lot of pressure around the amount of people coming into the venue that you might as an individual feel a bit pressurized to engage with everybody. So we do feel, and also for an opportunity for you to be relieved from your stand for moments during the day, we ask you just to think clearly about it and have someone there as a second stand representative, because there could be opportunities throughout the day, especially maybe when you want to get something to eat. If you want to have a look around the exhibition hall, maybe you want to attend one of the knowledge hubs, but you don't want to keep your stand empty. So just think a bit about it. And, if you want to bring your partner with, you're welcome to do so, as long as they obviously can sell your business and engage with people about your business. But the choice is yours. But we do urge you can also bring lower level employees that you want to expose to how these things work, up and coming employees. The opportunity is in your hands of who to bring with you. Now, if you think that 2 people for your company is not enough, there is an opportunity for you to pay for an additional person. So in the email that I send you, I will put information of the price of the delegate if you want to have a third person, but the price is only if you want them to be there for both days. If you only want them to come for the Wednesday, you can register them as a visitor and they can come through free of charge. So the choice is yours, but what that cost is for is if you pay for them, then they get meal vouchers. So they do get something to eat. However, on the visitor day, that does not come along with the registration. There is risk catering and they can buy something for themselves to eat. Okay, supply matchup. So how it works is there's a dedicated space in the hall for supply matchup. And it's a space that has quite a few tables, and each buyer will take up one table, and they brand it with tablecloths and banners. Potentially each company is different. Everybody does it differently. And then you as an SMME during those time slots go and engage with the suppliers or the buyers for the time frame that they are there. So the first day is really the Tuesday is the opportunity for you to make the most out of supply matchup. Even people that you're already a vendor of, it's not a bad opportunity just to talk to them face to face, and you say this is a face to the name. What potential opportunity, if you haven't been receiving business from them, what is the things that you can do as a business to change that? And is it because there isn't a current need? Do they have a scope of when the need would arise? Better educate yourself on those things. I know most of you have experienced supply matchup in February at River Sands. This is just on a bigger scale because our target is between 20 to 30 different companies from different industries. So it's a lot more people that you will engage with. Okay, so the Smart Supply Conference, I did speak to you about it. It's only half a day, fortunately, but the amount of information that you'll walk away from there is immense. So we're very excited about it. I don't know if many of you were at the River Sands Supply Matchup and you did, I believe they did an AI masterclass with Brad and Esty. Now here, Brad and Esty are also going to be presenting together, but it's a sales and marketing masterclass, and we are super excited because the energy that they bring is just amazing. Okay, and then something also to remind you of is that your business will be listed in the SMME directory. It's an online directory, and we distribute it, and it's part of actually the event app. We have an app that you can download. Once we have all the links, we share that with you and the steps on how to download it. And the event app is just an opportunity for you to see the program. That's where the SMME directory is and where all the hosts and sponsors are listed as well. So this is why your logo is important and your company description. But we have already looked through all your company descriptions and everything is good. And we do align it with your company profile as well to make sure it gives a clear image of what your business sells or offers. Now, this is what a pavilion looks like. Now, a pavilion is the stand that AfriSam is sponsoring with all 10 of the companies that they are sponsoring. So you as a cohort will be based together. You are grouped on the pavilion, and it will only be AfriSam's SMMEs on this pavilion. So what happens is you'll see here, this is exhibition 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's another 5 on the back of that. So you can see here, it's back to back. Your company name gets put in capital letters at the top here. Each company name gets placed here. You get 2 back panels just so that you get an idea for size. And the divider between the 2 stands is not a solid wall. It's not glass, it's not perspex, it's open, but there is a support beam at the bottom here that sort of divides the sides, and that's because it makes it feel very small if you put a solid panel there. So we don't like to feel claustrophobic. Also, sometimes banners can lean a bit slanted. So, it gives opportunity just to make use of the full space. But this is the space that you get to work with. It is 1.5 by 2 meters, so 3 squares in total. You receive 2 chairs and 1 table. I have the dimensions if you are interested. And ultimately, there are things that you can do to customize your stand to a certain extent, but we need to just confirm with AfriSam so far regarding the branding of the stand and the uniformity of how the stand should look. So when I send the email out to you, I will make sure I have the information and I can guide you onto if there's any limitations. But what we have seen a lot of SMMEs opt to do is to put their logo, the SMME logo, on the fascia board. Over here next to your company name. And the reason why we say that that is a good option is because there's no banner that can cover it. There's no person that can stand in front of it. And it looks really nice as an alternative option to print your logo and have it here, but that is at additional cost. So that's just something to think about. But we do have things like lockable cupboards if you wanted to lock something up overnight. We have brochures if you want to put an additional chair. If you have an additional person coming through, you can pay for that. So I share an order form with you that has the pricing and the dimensions, and then you can decide what you want to do for your stand. But as I told you, it is not necessary or expected of you to spend an exorbitant amount of money to make your stand look unique. It's not. Make use of the things that you have. I know everybody wants their stand to look very unique and different to everybody else, but don't go and put yourself in the red just for one event. Make a decision that's best for your business. If you are interested in having banners made, there are businesses close to Gallagher that could potentially assist you. If there isn't someone close to where you stay, and that's things that you can explore, but it really is not expected of you. The idea is about the connections made and about the engagements that take place and the relationships that develop. So just remember that. You can do homemade things. You can get a pin board and pin some images of past projects done, or images of some of the services that you offer, and you can lean it on the table, for instance, because they don't allow you to necessarily stick things, because this back panel is vinyl. It's not strong, and you're not allowed to damage it because they reuse these. It's their method of staying green is that they reuse the vinyls, obviously, unless they print it on. But yes, so that's just things to think about. Be resourceful in how to do things without spending money. Bring things from home. You can bring a tablecloth. You can bring a small pot plant to decorate on the table if you want. We've had people that bring, some clothes manufacturers. They bring a mannequin through that shows a sample of the clothing that they make. So yeah, think a bit about it. And before you know, if you want to run ideas past me, please do. But we do go through a couple of things in the exhibitors briefing next week. So also be there so that you can understand better about limitations there. Happens on this stand as well is here in the middle, AfriSam's logo. It's called a tower label. And this clearly identifies that the stand is sponsored by AfriSam. And then here on the corners is what we call little flags, but it's square. It's literally the size of the fascia board in height. Their logo on that also identifies the stand as there. So to identify, my internet just dropped. Sorry, can everybody hear me?
We can still hear you, Paulina. Okay, now you're gone.
Hello? Okay, I
Yes.
did go through this. Sorry, I saw it now. Sorry. I went through these, but yeah, just to remind you that this is the size of the stand that you have. You get a table, 2 chairs, you get a plug point, and you get lighting. So you can bring a multi-plug with if you would like. So if you want to plug in a laptop or a monitor, if you want to play videos on a monitor that's standing on the table, you can do that. If you want to do a TV is a little bit more complicated. So Expo Guys, who is our stand builders, can supply a TV. They can mount it for you if you want, or they have a TV stand, but that lands up being a bit more expensive. If you have a TV and a wall bracket and you want to bring it along, then you can, but you have to purchase a chipboard that the bracket is secured against. And then the bracket will be secured in this, you know, the dividing space. They secure it over here on the side. They don't secure it at the back. Okay, but they also have a TV stand that's about 1.7 meters high, and then you can place that maybe in the back corner of your stand if you want to, and it's all your own choice, not mandatory, but all the pricing in the order form that I email you will have, you know, the different options, different sizes, etc., etc. Then your company name will be in capital letters, and we do not add the PTY Limited at the end, just to keep it uniform. And this is the dimensions of the name. Okay, so things that you can bring along: freestanding banners, vinyl prints. Okay, those are what we need to confirm with AfriSam about their branding. But the vinyl prints is essentially to print this back panel. So if that's something that you wanted to do, but just remember, if you're going to bring banners with and your banner stands, it might hide the panel. That's why, you know, if we say rather do the fascia board, it's a lot cheaper. It will always be visible because nothing will hide it. And even though it might look interesting to have your logo on a panel at the back here, you know, oftentimes it gets hidden by people, by other things that you bring along and to have in your stand, and it might just not, you know, always feel like it was worth the money. And it's just because the space is maybe a little bit more limited. So just think a bit about it before taking that leap. You can bring brochures, flyers, business card. Just remember, this is suggestions. You don't have to bring one of everything. You can bring what you have and what you can afford. Okay, I did mention about the vinyl printing. Now, one thing to remember, do not damage the shell scheme or carpets by drilling holes, using tic-tacs, pins, nails, screws to put up branding materials. On the Monday, when you come and dress your stand, there is a full team from Expo Guys that's there. So if you need help with putting something up in your stand, you get in touch with me. I will be there as well, or anybody from Smart Procurement for that matter. Ask to speak to someone from Expo Guys. We send them to your stand, and then you can talk to them and figure out a plan regarding what you want to do. Okay, and then that's basically the end of my presentation. I just wanted to remind you to submit the online agreement by tomorrow. It's in the link is going to be in my email today, just as a reminder, and the exhibitor briefing next week. I will also send the Zoom link, but I will also add you to the calendar invite for that session today. Then as soon as I'm potentially going to do it today, I'm going to send out the email for you to register your stand representative. So please prioritize filling that out and registering your stand reps. We want it completed by the 30th of August, but we do reach out to businesses that haven't registered. We'll reach out on Monday again to remind, because we want to make sure everybody is registered and there's no running around closer to the event. Okay, so that's basically all that I have to share right now. We'll go into a lot more detail about specific elements of the exhibition next week. But as it is now, does anybody have any questions about the event itself? You're welcome just to unmute yourself and ask your question if you would like.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Pauline.
Hi, Tamilo.
Yes, Zunaid, hi. And Tez, hope you're good, guys. My question, Pauline, is on the reps, ne?
Yes.
The 2 reps, is it including myself? Or so it's going to be me and the other person, or it can be the 2 reps and myself?
No, it's only 2 people in total. So it's you and someone else. And then if you want to add another person, then you have to pay for them if they come for the 2 days, unless you want to have them there just as a visitor on the Wednesday.
Perfect. Covered.
Wonderful. Is there any other questions?
Hi, Pauline.
Hi, Edwin.
Edwin here from Brandeis. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Excuse me, Zunaid and Tasneem and Efrisem, we really appreciate it. So I do branding, and I've given you my details.
Yes. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that when I spoke about the branding.
I had a shock when you said Expo, guys, and I thought, did I change my company's name now?
I'm so sorry. I should have mentioned you, Edwin. Sorry about that.
I just wanted to check with you on the dimensions for the table, and also the dimensions for the chair back, because we can do chair back covers, which are removable.
Okay, I have the table dimensions. I haven't asked for the chair dimensions yet. I can get that. I'll include the dimensions on the order form, but I can tell you for now the table is 800 by 800.
Okay.
But I'll have to ask about the chair backs.
And for this silly question, but it's 800 by 800 squared, eh? Not a round table, as in the picture.
It's a square table. So it's 800 millimeters by 800 millimeters.
Okay, thank you. And
you're very welcome.
You mentioned the dimensions for the logo of 1000 by 400. Somewhere there.
Oh, that's just the company name. The dimensions of, if you want to do a logo on the fascia board where your company name is, the dimensions of that logo, I'm just opening the document now, is 300 by 300 millimeters.
Okay.
But we do have it on the order form, so I'll send the order form out with the email. So just so that you do know, if you need to reconfirm those dimensions, they will be there.
All right. So if I print those ones for myself and any of the other SMMEs who would like to go that route, would they apply it for us?
On the table?
No, on the fascia.
On the fascia, yeah. So if you do that, what has to happen if you want to order the logo on the fascia board, right, is you need to complete the order form that I send you. It asks for billing details and all of that. We share that with Expo guys along with your logo that you want on the fascia board, and then they're the ones that process that and they print it for you.
Okay, so I can't, as a branding company, print my own and bring it there. Because I've got
Well,
one that is removable vinyl that doesn't leave any resin behind or any residue.
Edwin, can I confirm with my ops team for you about that? I'm not 100% sure if they would tell you then you would need to supply the entire fascia board, or if you would, how that would work. So let
Okay.
me first ask, and then if they want to engage with you directly, do you mind if I just share your number with them?
Yes, not a problem at all. Thank you.
Okay, 100%. I just want to make sure. Okay,
All
is
right.
there
Thank
any
you.
other questions, Edwin?
That's all. Thanks, Paulina. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Is there any other questions? Johnson, thank you so much for your comment, and it's exciting to have you with us as well. It's very exciting to have you part of the event, each one of you. I'm very excited to meet you all in person, those that I haven't yet. And yeah, it's not too long from now. It's less than a month before we'll be seeing each other at Gallagher. Is there any other questions? Just want to leave a last opportunity. Okay. I'll take silence as a sign that everybody is happy, but please feel free. You have my number. You know how to get in touch with me. Please feel free to WhatsApp me at any point. I'm really here to help you make this as successful as I can from what I can do and what's in my hands. But I believe you are all ready to make this as successful as possible for each of your businesses. Thank you, Louise, and thank you, Tumelo and Mamorena. It's amazing to see that you guys are also positive about this. And I think, yeah, any final words from Zunaid or Tasneem before we close off?
Nothing from my side, Paulina.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm also done for the day. Thank you, Paulina, once again, and thank you everyone for making the time again. We really appreciate you, making yourselves available and joining us on this journey as well. And all the best for the exhibition. And like I said, I hope that this results into you getting more business and new business and long-term contracts for that matter. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you, AfriSam team. This is really a great opportunity, and I am so excited for all of you, and I hope you are as well. And ultimately, the opportunities lie in your hands. So prepare on how to pitch your business, how to answer that question of what problem do you solve and for whom, and how are you applicable to the different companies that will be there. And I really, really cannot wait to hear success stories. And please feel free, as I mentioned, to reach out if you have any questions up into the event, even at the event. But otherwise, I'm going to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. And I hope the next couple of weeks you have a chance to grow in excitement and, have set expectations for great business opportunities. But I'm excited to see you all, and I hope you have an amazing day and an amazing weekend.